Hello, today I am sharing the birthday card that I made for my sister using some Gorjuss stamps. So the first one I've used is toadstools, and then the pretend friend, the black star is the next one, and then I'm going to stamp this one out, which is You Brought Me Love. I'm going to use my press to impress tool, so I make sure that I get the image in the right place, and so that if I don't make a perfect first impression I can re-ink it and go back in again. I'm using VersaFine Black Onyx ink. I've got absolutely heaps of these Gorjuss stamps, so it's really hard to pick my favourite ones. But I want them to all be similar because of the type of layout that I'm doing, so and then I'm going to use some scrap paper so I can shake over some Paper Mania clear embossing powder, as I want to heat emboss this image. I'm quite generous with it because obviously any that doesn't stick to the stamped image is going back in the pot, so there's no wastage. I find using pages from catalogues best for the embossing powder because they're shiny, so it slips better when you put it back into the pot. So I heat from the reverse and then just waft over the front to make sure that I've got all of the image. And because I'm not going to use all of the image, I have traced a faint outline with a pencil of the dye that I'm using, so I know where to colour up to. So I've done that on all 4 of these images. And I've used distress markers to colour the images. Apart from the faces, I've coloured those with Copic markers. I've used 2 Spellbinders dies, the smaller one to cut the images out and a slightly larger one to make those black backgrounds to sit them on, as I wanted them to look a bit like stamps. And the shine you can see there off the images is the clear embossing powder. It's a lot easier, I find, to colour if you've embossed the image. You're less likely to go over the edge, and the ink won't also stick to the shiny part of the image, obviously, so it just makes it neater. This is a sheet of paper from one of the Gorjuss paper pads, and I'm just inking the entire edge with black distress ink. I've got a blank, I think this is a C5 card. And rather than cut this and go for a white border around the whole entire card, I'm going to fold it over the back. I prefer this method. I think it looks slightly neater, but then it might just be because my cutting is not always perfect. I'll just stick that down with some double-sided tape. And then finally, I am using the Family Celebration stamp set, which was free with Creative Stamping magazine. I'm using the Happy Birthday sentiment, which I've actually cut in half because I want to be able to position it in different places around my image. and I'm using archival ink in jet black, so I won't be heat embossing this. The Gorjuss Girl looks a bit odd with that magnet over her face, so there's no face at all. I know some people don't like these images because they don't have a mouth, but I think they're cute. I think they obviously are extremely popular with a lot of people, but they don't float everybody's boat, as they say. So I've done that to all 4 of the images, and I've just placed that happy birthday in different places depending on obviously what part the image is taking up. And then that's it. I stuck those down with double-sided tape and card is finished. So I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, cheerio.